For the last 7 years of our administration, we don attract 7 new airlines for Benin City, and e dey possible sake of the openness and collabo with aviation authorities. Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki tok dis one when e go inaugurate the United Nigeria Airline wey land for Benin City to begin operation. Oga Obaseki for one tok section with Tori pipo come tok say when he meet with the former Minister of Aviation to collabo with federal government so dem fit increase traffic flow for Benin City, as Benin City na one of the strategic place for the country. A constant tok say dem raise some issues for the meeting where they assure dem say dem go attend to, like some innovation to take secure the airport and support the federal government.
There was only one commercial flight flying into Benin, one airline. Today you have 7 airlines. I believe United is the 8th airline coming into Benin, and I hear that there's one other one that we're expecting to commence operations soon. So in 7 years, we've been able to attract 7 new entrants into this marketplace. And that has been made possible because of the openness and collaboration with the aviation authorities. I recall my meeting with the former Minister for Aviation and our conversation at that time, where we said as a state we were ready to collaborate with the government, the federal government, to increase the traffic flow into Edo State, into Benin City. And as you all know, Benin City is perhaps one of the most strategically located cities in the country, being a gateway and an access point between the eastern parts of the country, the west, the south, and the north. So in terms of the traffic flow, we thought we had to do something to ensure that we supported Edo State or Benin City in being an air hub. And what did we do? At that meeting, issues were raised. There were issues we felt we could support the federal government with. Issues of securing the airport, for instance. We built towers, control towers, security posts across, the airport for sentries to be able to patrol and, stay overnight. The issue of lighting the airport, we worked with the government at that point in time and made a bit of capital contributions to improve the lighting system so that we could extend the flying hours of the number of hours equipment or planes can come into this airport. There was the issue of the ILS, the landing instruments, and with pressure from us, I think the minister at that time was very kind, and they came in here and helped install 2 approaches to approach ILSs. And so I do, as an airport, or the Benin Airport, we were able to attract enough, the requisite equipment for airlines to be able to come in and out of this state, this airport, promptly. A few issues that still needed to be cleared, which we're working on. For instance, extending or removing the categorization of this airport as a sunset airport. We need to extend the operating hours of this airport so that we can get more equipment owners, aircrafts to come in and improve their utilization of their aircrafts. What have all of this done? All of these have made the Benin Airport move from, I believe, airport that was about 6th or 8th in terms of traffic in the country. And I believe today we are now number 3 or 4 in terms of traffic flow in the country. And we believe we can improve the utilization of this airport. So we're currently having conversations with the aviation authorities on how the state government can further support the authorities to make this airport a lot more efficient. For instance, we're working with them to improve the power supply systems into this airport. We're working with them to bring in other service providers, like people who fuel dispensers to service, and maybe other handling companies to bring in more equipment to support planes or aircrafts that will night stop at this airport. We have been talking with the management of this airline to see how they can, well, first commence services into Edo and also night stop, right, and improve the their passenger yield on this route. And even though we've not concluded the issue on the issue of night stopping, you can see the aircraft is here today for the inaugural flight, and we're very glad and excited that they've been able to commence operations, particularly at this season. You know, a lot of our people are in the diaspora and they like to come home for the holidays. So from this week, you'll see, you're likely to witness a further surge in terms of passenger inflows into the city. And we want to reduce as much as possible the discomfort and inconvenience our citizens could suffer.
Chairman of United Nigeria Airlines, Professor Obiora Okonkwo, contrary salute give Oga Obaseki when he invite them come Benin and said this matter don't first start from Lagos and said them don't fulfill their first promise wey be to start operation for Edo State. A constant talk said them they encouraged by Governor Obaseki persistence and consistency for the matter, as many people know they take the issue of aviation serious.
I want to commend the governor who took the initiative to invite us to Benin. This discussion started in Lagos last year. The governor has been open to every meeting. Our team had visited Edo State. And then today, we had fulfilled the first promise, which was to start flying to Edo. I can tell you that we were encouraged by his own commitment, his support, and persistence. Many people have been talking about attracting investment only by mouth, simply rhetorics. Some states. Governor had followed this word by action, and that is quite commendable. Not many people understand the importance of air travel to economic development of a state. It's a catalyst. You can imagine a time when you had only one airline coming. You check the number of passengers, multiply it now by 8, the number of people flowing in and out. They will take the taxis, they will buy pure water, they will stay in the hotel. All these things are what add to the GDP of the state. So we think that until other governors understand the importance of this, there's no other magic to grow and increase economic activities of your people or your state. So thank you, His Excellency. And I'm aware that he had a very serious engagement in Abuja this morning, but he had cancelled it to be here to receive us. That's another demonstration of his commitment. So with this, we cannot stop at anything to fulfill the second phase of the promise, which is night stopping, which was his own initiative. I wouldn't have thought of night stopping in Benin. But as we speak today, we have every other thing ready from our own side to make that happen. And we hope sooner or later, all our arrangements should be concluded with all the airport authorities to make sure all that we need to make that happen is in place. So, His Excellency, it might interest you to know that we have gone to advanced stage of launching the first ever Nigerian flight to Italy. So uniting Edo should be even beyond the boundaries of Nigeria. So this is partnership, I'm sure, that will grow from strength to strength.
After the talk section, the Congo do tour to show the Chairman and his team some facilities where Governor Obaseki don't build for Edo State. After the tour, Chairman United Nigeria Airlines Professor Okonkwo and Edo Governor Obaseki for their talk with Tory people contact say,
what I've seen here is beyond my imagination. For me, this is the real governance. Bringing something that is new, creating something out of nothing. By taking a walk around some of these facilities, my mind is already full of ideas. I came to fly. Now I'm thinking of what else can I do here in Benin? And I can assure you, I will be back. Because there are so many things in places here that will suit some new business ventures that I have. The governor and I will be talking about it. I was asking him, how do people even understand what they're doing? Because my biggest concern is that when my brother Chino Achebe wrote a book that the problem of Nigeria is leadership, that was when Nigeria was great. That was when civil servants and bureaucracy was strong, they know their role. That was when corruption was low. I'm sure that if he wakes up now from that and has to write another book, he will say the problem of Nigeria is followership. Because even the led do not even know what to expect from government. Their own understanding of governance now, who is that governor who makes me SA, sitting at home and not collecting money, who gives me money, who gives me job and doing nothing. Now, when we're in the airport, the governor said that this is one of the lowest states with crime, that is safe. I can see the reason why he can boast of that. Because he has done things that will engage the youth, engage their mind, engage their body, engage their time. But in some states, governors are priding on how many youths they were able to kill caught in crime. I don't think that's the solution. That's not what Nigeria needs now. I am inspired. I told him, one time I ran for governorship, most of the things I've seen him doing here were in line with my own manifesto and ideals. I'm not promoting myself. But I understood that the attention has given to bureaucracy. Without bureaucracy, there's no governance. I've always said that it is the will in which the governance rotates. Now he was telling me that all the civil servants here are computer literate. Amazing. It's a big task. For him to have been able to achieve it, how did they accept it? I guess they would have been cursing him. Why are they? Why? But I'm sure today, with the facility and the knowledge they have, they will now realize. Keep it up, His Excellency. Certain things we do at certain times are beyond understanding of some people. But history, I'm sure, will judge you right. I am impressed.
He made a very, very succinct point, which is that what's the purpose of governance? Why do you elect yourself or decide to say you want to rule people or govern people? I think it must be because you care and because you want to make life better for them. And there's not one way. In doing so, there will be competing ideas. But you, as the person God has put in charge, must be cleared to understand, how am I going to do this? How do I bring all these resources together, even from, competing desires and needs? He came in today. He has taken the risk to fly people into Edo, into Benin City. And thank God we had a few hours. And I thought it's important to take him around to understand why people are coming and therefore give him a better understanding of the traffic that is going to be coming here and make him understand that the risk he's taking has been largely mitigated by many of the actions and policies that we have in place here. That, people will come here for their shopping experience because we are building perhaps one of the most exciting retail outlets in the country. People will come here to produce, works, music, film, theater. There'll be creative activities. This is, we're going around. The bureaucracy works. This is what's driving the traffic. And therefore, his role is very critical in helping support the transportation in and out of this place. So there's a linkage, and it's up to the leader to be able to understand how things in a society, in an economy work, and how to put them together. It's unfortunate, a lot of the people who comment don't really know. And, growing up, they say, look, forgive them, for they know not what they are saying. So why allow their nasty rhetorics bother you? Just focus on what you need to achieve. And at the end of the day, like you said, it's not about today. Today we know, it's about tomorrow.
Make una not forget, say, as we see him, now so we dey talk am. We know they take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojesele, TMC TV News.